Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So like I told you guys on my social medias, I have been doing a lot of inner work videos, but right now I'm gonna switch it up into a mini mom series. I know so many women that are going to be giving birth really soon and becoming new moms, so I've been wanting to do videos like this for a while, and now it's even more important for me. That way I am able to share certain information with my friends and family and whoever is also pregnant and expecting. So I am really excited for this series and to bring everything that I know to the table so that everyone could prepare for their birth and to be a new mom. In this video, I'm going to be talking about everything that I did to prepare for a natural birth. First and foremost, I really want to say that there are a lot of beliefs that go against having a natural birth. In doing my research, I decided firmly that I was going to have a natural birth, and that is what I wanted. Of course, when difficulties come and there is no other option, it really is difficult to go that route, but I did everything I could from the very beginning to be able to have a natural birth specifically. Even a few months into my pregnancy, I was already planning, like, okay, natural birth. So I was doing all the things that I'm going to mention in this video in order to reach that goal of mine. And I must say I was pretty successful, so hear me out. First, I want to say all the benefits of having a natural birth. When you have a natural birth, it is a shorter recovery time just because everything was natural. There is nothing that's really healing besides like your vaginal area and of course everything internal. But that heals a lot more quicker than versus any other option. You also get to bond with your baby a little bit more comfortably just because nothing, again, there were no cuts, there were no surgery, there was nothing. It also provides earlier bonding time with your child. So because you haven't gone through a surgical procedure or anything severe, then you're able to get that skin to skin with your child a lot faster and comfortably, versus having to go through pain during the recovery time. There are also fewer complications. So for example, I didn't have any vaginal tearing, and there are ways to prevent this from happening, as there are fewer complications such as infections, bleeding, and breathing difficulties for the baby. So it's a lot more natural. Again, it's a natural birth, so you're doing everything according to nature and not messing with the nature of things, if that makes sense. A vaginal natural birth also gives you the more control of taking control of the birth and just focusing all on your breathing. And feeling everything is actually a lot better because, in my opinion, just because you know you have full control, like, and it's very much not someone else telling you what to do with your body. They're almost like guiding you when you're not feeling anything and you don't really know what's going on because you're numb, right? And let's say if you do the epidural, and there's nothing wrong with it, of course, but this just numbs the feeling a little bit more, and you're not able to feel exactly the times that you're supposed to push and breathe deeply into your stomach. If you are not at a hospital and you're doing a water birth, or you're at a birth center, when you're doing a natural birth, you have more of the freedom to walk around and change positions and do really whatever you feel like your body is calling you to do. That's what you really do, and that's how it's supposed to be. You're not really supposed to be like strapped to the hospital bed and wired up. that's just not the natural way. So women often have to go on all fours or squat and do different things and continue to move throughout this time when you're in labor. Lastly, another benefit is taking back your power as a woman. I feel that in this day and age, a lot of that has been stripped away from us, and there has been a lot of fear installed into our minds, making us feel that we are limited to what we are actually naturally fully capable of doing. And we've been told over and over that it's almost like, when I talk to women, for example, sometimes these days it's like, oh my God, I could never. And it's actually, yes, you can. You're built, your body was built for it. And it's such a magical thing to go through, and you just feel so much enlightenment when everything's just natural. I listened to a podcast one time and she said, well, it's like you're in between reality and spirituality. So you're on a whole high the entire time. And when that baby comes out and everything's done and over with, you're relieved, and trust me, everything goes back to place. And I think that's something that a lot of women fear. Another thing is the stretching of the vagina. A lot of women fear just the baby going through their canal and getting out and pushing out a baby. Just the thought of pushing an entire head and little body out of your vagina, it really installs a lot of fear into women, and they feel like it's just gonna stretch out your vagina forever. I'm here to tell you that it does not. I am a living proof. So in fact, the vagina is designed to stretch out to accommodate the baby's head naturally, and then it will go back to its pre-pregnancy size. You can look this up and do your research as well and really look into it if you do not believe me. But trust me, my hoo-ha is good. Like, she is back. There's a lot of also ways to tighten up your vagina if you do want to tighten up those muscles. There are Kegels, there are pelvic exercises that you can do, and with proper care, your vagina will come back to its natural form, actually, regardless, just naturally, because that is how beautiful and powerful our bodies are. It's just insane to me how that happens, right? In those 9 months, we are growing the baby, our bodies are preparing, and I will go over the things that you should also do to prepare your body to give birth. But everything goes back. And I mean, come on, that is crazy to me. I couldn't believe it as well. I thought RIP my girl, but no, she's back, she's good. Obviously, through recovery, it's not gonna happen overnight. You'll have to wait a couple of months, and again, take care of her, nourish her, and you'll be good. Trust me. So please get that fear out of your head. And I'm gonna tell you too, I'm gonna make another video of how to prevent vaginal tearing as well, if that's something that you're afraid of. There are ways to really prepare your body, okay? So own it. Own your power. Own your superpower. And push that baby out, okay? So I'm about to tell you and go over all the things that I did to prepare for a natural birth. So first and foremost, what I did, right, was eat healthy. Eat healthy, and especially in the last few months. Doctors won't tell you that what you eat matters. They'll be like, oh, it doesn't matter what you eat. But it does matter, okay? And I feel like that made a significant difference when I was giving birth, because I really watched what I ate in the last, like, after 6-7 months. that's when the baby is like really growing and quickly. So in those months, I made sure that I was continuing to do green juices. I liked to take all my greens in the morning in a juice. That way I knew that I wasn't missing out on any veggies, and I tried to eat as lightly as possible. I still had my slice of pizza every single week, but I was very mindful of how much I was eating and made sure that I wasn't overeating and eating a bunch of stuff just because I'm pregnant. And that whole thing of eating for two, no, you're not eating for two. You're eating for you and your baby, yes, but you're nourishing yourself to nourish your baby, so you don't have to eat 2 plates, okay? Listen to your body. Make sure that you know when you're full. If you're full, stop eating. You don't need to continue to eat more than you have to. Another thing that I did is I did a lot of prenatal yoga and stretching. Oh man, I did this without failure. Every week, at least four times a week, 4 or 5 times a week. I did it as much as I could. This was to prepare that area, my pelvic area, so that it was nice and stretched out and ready. Those muscles are nice and in position and ready for me to give birth. So if you have a lot of tension, and as women we actually hold a lot of tension there anyway, so it's good to do these stretches and yoga movements regardless whether you're pregnant or not. If you're just a female, you should be doing this. It's just because we hold a lot of energy there. So it's even more important when you're pregnant just to, again, stretch out those muscles. Again, with the yoga and the stretching, I continue to do workouts. So I did do light weights, and I continued to do a lot of walking. I did a lot of training. I continued to do my normal exercises that I had always been doing. At that time I was very active, and I did a lot of running. I didn't do any more running, but I did continue my training. So if you work out frequently, continue to do your workouts normal and don't stop. But if working out isn't something that you've always done, try to do like maybe more walking and things that you're comfortable with, but I wouldn't push myself, especially during this time. So another thing that I did was do a lot of breathing exercises. When I was doing my research to know what to do, how to prepare myself for a natural birth, I discovered that breathing is actually really important. And when I tell you my breathing was on point, it was 16 hours of labor, and literally I could say I meditated through the entire time. If anything, I wasn't breathing enough. Like I was just doing it very slow and collected. And if you go look at my birth video, you'll see that I was literally just, every time I felt a contraction, I was just breathing into it. But I did feel like I could have done a little bit more. But again, it's very painful, so you do what you can at the time. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie and tell you that it's not painful. So breathing really helped me get through the pain as well, because contractions during labor, at least for me, they came and they went. So it's like they're like waves of pain, and then it goes away, and then I would switch my positions according to, you know, what I felt was more comfortable. But breathing definitely helps. So just doing breathing exercises and practicing that will help you prepare for the natural birth the day of, to get through those contractions, especially if you're someone who's not good with pain and doesn't tolerate it very well. One thing that really helped me was remembering everything that women that did have a natural birth told me, and that is that once it's over, you feel relieved, and that this is, your body knows what it's doing, and to surrender to your body. Like, just let your body do what it does, and it will get you through it. All you have to do is really breathe. So that, just keeping that in mind through that entire time really helped keep me strong and motivated to continue to do it. I got asked if I wanted the epidural like a million times, and I continued to say no because I wanted to stand on what I wanted. So you almost have to make like a deal with yourself and tell yourself, no matter what, you're gonna follow through with what you want, and know that you're strong enough to handle it. It feels like you're taking a really, really hard, like a very hard one, because that is where the baby is going by and passing by. So it's putting a lot of pressure on your behind. So that's why that's what it feels like. And it feels like that times 1,000. So you have to educate yourself and really understand that that's what it is, and that's what it's going to feel like, and just let your body do what it does and just breathe into it. So those breathing exercises definitely came in handy when preparing for this natural birth. Towards the end of my pregnancy, I also ate a lot of dates and raspberry tea. I also towards the very, very end of my pregnancy, my aunt told me to boil flax seeds and drink that, so that it could be almost like a lubricant for to give birth. So I did that as well. If you name it, and I basically did it in order to have a good natural birth, and also help induce myself as well, because all of the things that you do that I'm mentioning are going to help you naturally induce yourself, and that'll be another video as well. But all of this is basically almost like the same thing that you have to do in order to induce yourself, stay active, and all of these things. So I definitely also recommend just listening to your body and just knowing what's best for you and what you feel comfortable with. Nothing is wrong or right. No, if you want to do any other option besides a natural birth, that is fine. It doesn't make you less of a woman, less of a mother. It doesn't mean that none of the benefits that come with natural birth aren't gonna be benefits when you have a different type of birth. It does not mean any of those things. So don't feel bad, don't be hard on yourself. But I do, if you do decide to go with a natural birth, just remember my voice saying that you can do it. You can do it, and you have to fully believe in yourself that you can do it, because you can. And believe that your body is able to do it. The odds will come against you, because the doctor was telling me get an epidural. The nurses were telling me get an epidural. Everyone was telling me to get an epidural. So it's very easy to kind of fall in to the system and what other people believe. People will install fear in you when you talk to certain people, and they tell you, and you tell them that you want to have a natural birth. They would be like, oh my God, like, I don't know how you're going to do it, blah, blah, blah. And people are going to try to tell you otherwise, but you have to, if this is something that you really want, you will have to do the work to stay true to it. And not allow anyone or anything getting between you and your decision. Because this is you, your body, this is your experience, and this is your baby. So it's your job to really stay true stay true to it and believe in yourself and do the work that it takes to come to have a natural birth. So that is pretty much it for this video. I will make videos again. It's going to be a little series of how natural birth and how to prevent like vaginal tearing, and even I'll probably throw in some videos of like the first couple months and dealing with a newborn and everything. Excuse me. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if I missed anything, I will put it down in the description below. But definitely those are all the things that I did and that were very important to me during that time as well. And it really is all in the mind, okay? Like everything is up here and what you're telling yourself and you're believing. So if you believe you can do it like I did, and do the work and do everything will come as planned. And I know people say you cannot plan it, you can't do this, you can't do that, and I mean, I did it, you know, I did it, but I was determined, and I did not care how painful it felt. I'm not gonna lie, hold on. When I got to the last, when I was at 8 centimeters and it was maybe 10 minutes before I gave birth, I was ready to give up. That's when I was like, give me that epidural. But then it was the most painful because the head was right there. So the doctor came and checked me and the head was literally, like, I was ready to push out the baby. That's why I was in so much pain, like times a million. So, you know, it's a crazy time. It's a lot of work. It's a marathon. If you believe in yourself and have the right mindset and surrender to your body and let your body do the thing, then you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you, okay? So I'm rooting for you, and no matter what you do, okay? So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I love you.